Thank you very much, and thanks to everybody who has participated over the last 2 days. The last 2 days have been very difficult, but they're very important. We have heard stories about the lives of citizens that we don't often hear. And a lot of these stories really broke my heart over the last couple of days. I had a long night last night. I was reflecting on my own religious and spiritual history and perspective, and I kept on going back to the words of Pam Rocker, who said yesterday that faith organizations should support us to be more of who we are, not less. And this is why I'm really honored to have the opportunity to move the bylaw that's before us. Over and over again, speaker after speaker came forward yesterday to talk about how important it was to support those in our LGBTQ2+ community, how love and support were critical. And then very often yesterday, we heard a but or a however. And I guess I am struggling immensely to understand how you can truly love someone if you hold a set of beliefs that posit that another person's form of love is immoral, sinful, and an evil in the face of your God, that will, if uncorrected, end with eternal damnation because of that love. The basis of that love and support underlines an effort to change someone's sexual orientation to conform to a set of religious beliefs or tenets written by men over 2,000 years ago. 500 years ago, these efforts played out in burning members of the LGBTQ2+ community at the stake. I was interested to know the basis of the derogatory term faggot explained to us yesterday. In World War II, we saw these efforts send tens of thousands of members of the LGBTQ2+ community on trains with millions of Jews and other ethnic, cultural, and social minorities to their horrific deaths in concentration camps. 20 years ago, these efforts included electroshock therapy, chemical castration, and lobotomies. As we've heard, today's efforts in conversion therapy are often more subtle and include reversion therapy, regressive or gender role play, fasting, isolation, and even exorcism. And today we've been told that having a conversation is not about the above things, but words can be weapons that may torture an individual to the point of taking their own life. We heard many stories recounting the power of words to destroy people. We are evolving as a secular society, and this is a good thing. Women are able to vote and make choices about their body despite religious beliefs that groups and organizations can and do hold. Members of our gender and sexual diverse community are able to love and marry who they want despite the protected right of religious groups and organizations to oppose this. And many of those who spoke against the proposed bylaw oppose the right of two men or two women or two people who love each other to make a commitment to love each other. All of these steps have made our country and community more free, not less, just as supporting the proposed bylaw today will create more freedom, not less. We are building a better world for our citizens to live in, and I value that immensely. I believe that there is a significant lack of understanding or misrepresentation of the definition that was presented to us. So much of the conversation by speakers opposed to it presented the belief that this definition would undermine religious freedom, your ability as a parent to have conversations with your children, and many other concerns that are in no way included in this bylaw. There are many, many more laws protecting religious freedoms in our country than there are laws protecting those vulnerable members of the LGBTQ2+ in our community who would be harmed by the practice of conversion therapy. Taking religion out of this completely, and as someone who endeavors to make decisions that are evidence-based and in the public interest, for me, this is an issue of public health. Our role as city councilors is to provide safe and viable communities. This is the foundation of our job, and we do it well every day. You can hold a belief, you can preach it from the street or the pulpit to an individual or a group, This bylaw in no way threatens that fundamental right, nor did it seek to, nor should it. This bylaw does say, and is very specific, that you cannot undertake a treatment or therapy or practice that we know to be dangerous and harmful to the individuals that are participating in it. You can't go to a doctor and demand a treatment that has been determined by the scientific and medical community to be dangerous and harmful. So why should we permit an untrained individual to do so under the frame of religious freedom? This bylaw is very specifically crafted and very intentionally written so as not to limit the concerns that we heard it might, and to instead zero in on what has been identified as dangerous and harmful. There is a broad consensus in the scientific and medical communities that supports our effort to end conversion therapies that have and continue to take a significant toll on the mental and physical health of citizens in our community. We are in a time when our medical professionals are our heroes in protecting us from a pandemic that is challenging the foundations of the world we live in. With it is no different. There is a consensus from these same heroes that are supporting us in ending this harmful practice. This wording is strong, committee, and we ask administration unanimously to work towards this. But this is not our unique definition. This definition has been evolving and is being defined in this manner by many other governments in Canada and around the globe. Our jurisdiction may be small, but it's ours. And with committee and council support, we will be exercising that jurisdiction in building a more safe and inclusive community for our citizens. There will be broader and deeper jurisdictions in our partners in the federal and provincial governments. We know that the province has stopped work on related to this issue, and we know that the federal government may be years away from this. And so I am asking you from the bottom of my heart, committee, to support these recommendations. When we promote hatred, it is labeled a crime. When we promote self-hatred, it is labeled a therapy. Promoting self-hatred is not therapy. It is simply the promotion of hatred. Thank you.